Dear students, this is the lecture number 8 in supply chain management. First, let us see the questions asked in the last lecture. The first question is, what is ROA? ROA is nothing but return on assets. It is calculated using the formula earnings divided by total assets. ROA is an indicator of how profitable a company is related to its total assets. So we can get the idea of how efficiently the company is using its assets to generate earnings. The next question is, define IVT, that is inventory turnover. The inventory turnover is calculated using the formula cost of goods sold divided by inventories. The company should aim to maximize the cost of goods sold with a lower inventory so that it can maximize the profit. The next question is, what do you mean by markdowns? Sometimes a company may announce discounts for its products to increase selling and also to attract customers. So the company is selling its products at a discounted rate compared to its original rate. The financial statement shows the sales revenue at discounted rate but not the sales revenue that would have been achieved by selling the products at the original rate. This is called markdowns. Next, we are moving to the important topic in supply chain management, drivers of supply chain performance. First, let us understand the word drivers. The drivers word in business, it means that key or important activities that makes or causes impact in the particular event. In this case, drivers of supply chain performance, it means that the important activities which causes or makes an impact in the supply chain performance. We categorize the drivers into two categories. One is logistical drivers, the other one is cross-functional drivers. The logistical drivers contains three activities, that is facilities, inventory and transportation. The cross-functional drivers consist of again three activities, information, sourcing and pricing. These two categories of drivers determine the performance of any supply chain. These drivers actually interact with one another to determine the performance of supply chain, particularly in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. The aim of any supply chain system is to structure these drivers to achieve the desired level of responsiveness at the lowest cost, so that we can improve the supply chain system and also the financial performance of the firm. Impact of drivers on supply chain performance. Let us see the first category, logistical drivers. The first one is facilities. Facilities means the physical locations in the supply chain network where the product is stored or manufactured or assembled or fabricated. So the two major types of facilities are production and storage. Decisions regarding the role, location, capacity, and flexibility of facilities have a significant impact on the supply chain's performance. That is, the particular location, what is the capacity of production or capacity of storage. or in terms of flexibility, how much production can be increased or how much storage can be increased in a particular location. All these decisions play a role in supply chain performance. Next one is inventory. Inventory consists of all raw materials, work in process, and finished goods within a supply chain. The inventory in a firm is called as assets. Changing inventory policies can have impact on supply chain's efficiency and responsiveness. As we have already discussed, inventory turnover, that means the objective of any supply chain system is to minimize the inventory cost, but at the same time to ensure the product availability in all the places. So, decision on inventory plays a role in supply chain efficiency and responsiveness. Next one is transportation. Transportation, it deals with moving inventory from one point to another point in the supply chain. So transportation may be in the form of different modes and routes. Each has its own performance characteristics. So the choice of transportation has impact on the supply chain responsiveness and efficiency. In case of emergencies, the transportation may take place through flights also. And decision regarding routes, it depends upon the location of the production and location of demand, and of course the cost of travel in a particular route. Next, we move to the cross functional drivers. In case of cross functional drivers, the first one is information. As you know, information is wealth. It is applicable to any business or even in our day-to-day life. So in supply chain system also, information consists of data and analysis concerning facilities, inventory, transportation, cost, prices, and customers throughout the supply chain. The information consists of data about the entire supply chain system. This data may be analyzed further to bring out valuable information which will be useful for our supply chain system. So information is the biggest driver of performance in supply chain because it directly affects each of the other drivers. So the information presents the management with the opportunity to make supply chains more responsive and more efficient. That means by collecting the data on each stage of the supply chain system, we can bring out the valuable information on improving the efficiency of the supply chain system and how we can improve the responsiveness of supply chain system. Computers and hardware devices and various softwares play a role in this stage, that is collecting the data and further analyzing the data and bring out valuable information and present to the management for efficient and responsive supply chain system. Next, we move to the next topic, sourcing. Sourcing is the choice of who will perform a particular supply chain activity such as production, storage, transportation, or the management of information. That is, who is going to perform these activities, whether we are going to do it by the company itself, to outsource the particular job. The decision is based on two factors, that is quality and cost. So when we compare the cost of job, if it is done by the company itself, and if it is done by the third party, we can choose the least out of these two. The next one is pricing. Pricing is the key issue in supply chain system. Pricing will affect the behavior of the buyer, which in turn affect the supply chain performance also. If the price is low, we can attract more customers. At the same time, if the price is high or if there is an increase in price, the customers may not buy the particular product, or they may search for some other product at a lower cost. So the pricing is the main factor which plays a role in supply chain performance. At the same time, suppose if the product is required in emergency, in that case the customers expect high responsiveness, or if the product is so important and critical, in that case also the customers will expect more responsiveness and they will be ready to pay any price. But at the same time, if the product is not that much in urgent need, then they will look for efficient supply chain system at a lower cost. There is a concept called differential pricing that is based on the customers, how they give priority to the responsiveness. So those who want to give higher priority to responsiveness, they should be ready to pay higher cost, and the customers, those who don't have that much need of responsiveness, they may pay the lower cost. So that's called differential pricing. But anyway, change in price certainly will impact the revenues in the supply chain system, and also it will have an impact on other drivers also. Let us see the case study of Walmart's competitive strategy. Walmart is an American multinational retailer corporation. It has chain of stores in America and also in various countries. In India, Walmart has acquired Flipkart. Actually, Flipkart was founded by two alumni from IIT in Bangalore, but now Flipkart is under the control of Walmart. Walmart's competitive strategy is reliable and low-cost retailer for a wide variety of mass consumption goods. That is, in business they call it as FMCG, that is fast-moving consumer goods. The strategy dictates that the ideal supply chain will give importance to both efficiency and also responsiveness in terms of product availability. Walmart uses the drivers what we have discussed previously, that is three logistical drivers and three cross-functional drivers effectively, so that to achieve the efficient and responsiveness supply chain system with better performance. Now we see how Walmart uses the drivers effectively to improve the supply chain performance. In case of inventory driver, Walmart maintains the efficient supply chain by keeping low levels of inventory. For example, Walmart uses the concept of cross docking. That means the inventory is almost very less. How it is possible? The goods are shipped to stores from the manufacturer with a brief stop at a distribution centers. So mostly the product is transferred from inbound trucks to outbound trucks, so that the inventory is almost zero or it is very less. That is why it's called as cross docking system, which helps the Walmart to maintain less inventory but at the same time to ensure the product availability. So this strategy lowers inventory needs because products are stocked only at stores, not at the warehouses. So Walmart uses the low inventory strategy, but it achieves the both efficiency and also responsiveness, but the priority is given to the efficiency. In case of transportation driver, Walmart uses its own fleet so that to keep the high responsiveness. Of course, this increases the cost of transportation, but the benefits are reduced inventory and Walmart is able to ensure the improved product availability. The next driver is facilities. Walmart uses centrally located distribution centers within the network of stores so that to decrease the number of facilities, but at the same time to increase efficiency of each distribution center. So Walmart builds retail stores only where it finds the demand is sufficient to justify to establish the distribution center so that it increases the efficiency of transportation assets. With regard to the sourcing driver, Walmart identifies efficient sources for each product it sells and also it gives them large orders so that it is efficient by exploiting the concept of economies of scale. As we have already discussed, economies of scale means when you order for the products in bulk, there will be a reduction in the rate. The next important driver is information technology. We'll see how Walmart uses the information technology to design a better competitive supply chain strategy. Walmart has invested a lot in information technology when compared to its competitors so that it gets the demand information up to date and use this information to make the suppliers to manufacture only what is being demanded by the consumers. As a result, Walmart is a leader in its use of the information driver to improve responsiveness and efficiency of the supply chain system, and also it decreases the investment in inventory. The next driver is pricing. In case of pricing driver, Walmart practices everyday low pricing EDLP for its products. What does it means is they won't have the practice of slicing the prices or reducing the prices by giving seasonal discounts. So it means that customers will wait for the particular season for the lower rates. Instead of that, Walmart has the practice of whenever they go to the shop, mart or any supermarket, they will get the products at a lower price. That is ensured by the Walmart. So this ensures that customer demand stays steady and doesn't fluctuate with the price variations. That means customer is getting the belief that whenever they go to the Walmart store, they get the product at a lower price. The entire supply chain in Walmart it focuses on meeting the demand in an efficient manner. Walmart uses all the supply chain drivers, whatever you have discussed, that is logistical drivers and cross-functional drivers to achieve the right balance between responsiveness and efficiency so that its competitive strategy and supply chain strategy are working in harmony or tandem. Students answer for these questions.